Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. I'm here with Sashwath in Bangalore at his place. So we thought we'd have a quick chat about what happened with the Fed and the interest rate yesterday and the repercussions it's going to have on the stock market and investments and macroeconomics, what's going to happen. So without wasting much time, Shashwat, what's happened?
So there was a speech which the Federal Reserve Governor Jerome Powell gave out, and in the speech he said a few interesting things, a couple of interesting things, and the gist of it, or the gist of this entire video, if you're in a rush, is that there's going to be more tightening, and they are not scared of raising rates even more in order to fight inflation. And there has been talk saying that the inflation rate was at a peak of 9.1%, but now it's come down to 3.5 or 3.2% as of late. So this is great news. The Fed isn't going to be as aggressive anymore, so on and so forth. There was a lot of talk questioning whether Powell is going to put his money where his mouth is, and surprisingly, he has come out and said, nothing doing. We're going to be extremely careful because the minute we take our foot off the brake, the car is going to accelerate all the way down again. And he believes the labor economy as well as your growth is very strong in the US, and he believes that you need to clamp down on it a little bit more. But he hasn't overtly come out and said that he's going to raise rates in the next Federal Reserve meeting. He's of course said that we're open to raising rates more. Some of you he's addressed it and said that there's been talk of us not raising rates or us being done and rate cuts coming sometime very soon. But he's dispelled all of that and said that things aren't we aren't very optimistic about how things are looking,
True.
and that we need to do something more in order to temper the US inflation rate. And the benchmark was 3%, and they're 0.2% above their benchmark. So to him, that's bad news.
Correct. And I feel he's in a great position right now as far as interest rate is concerned. He has enough wiggle room now
Yeah,
because he's raised the rate enough in case he needs to cut rate. Let's say the economy gets into a recession spiral
yeah,
and starts seizing up, he can immediately cut rates and free up cash. Or let's say inflation becomes sticky again and it doesn't want to go further down, he can slowly crawl the rates back up further
yeah,
to see what happens. But I think he's in a great position. He's in a position which he wish he was in
yeah. A few months ago.
yeah, a few months ago, because
Yeah.
this is a position he wanted to be in.
Yes.
Then maybe we would have avoided the Silicon Valley Bank, another,
The First Republic.
yeah, First Republic, sorry.
No, no, Silicon Valley and First
First
Republic,
Republic,
both.
yes.
Yes.
So maybe we would have avoided that.
Yeah.
But that being said, he's in a wonderful position to be sitting in. That's why he's pretty happy and he's pretty chirpy when he's talking also.
Yes.
And he gave everybody a nice dressing down saying, don't imagine things which I've not said.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. If you need anything, like George Bush famously said, he said, read my lips. This is what I plan to do. And it was a very nice meeting. Of course, the analysts have come out. You got the bear analysts and the bull analysts.
Yeah.
The bear analyst saying, yes, the rates are going to go further up. He has not said he's cutting the rates. We're going to jack these rates up further, is what he's implying.
Yes.
He's just taken a pause before he goes up again. So be sure the markets are going to correct and correct severely. Then, of course, you have the bull runners who say, don't worry, it's holding now. Now we slowly start putting it back down and the market's going to take off again. So it's a great time to be in the market.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this kind of nonsense, please stop listening to this nonsense.
We're praying for you if you are.
Yeah, we are praying for you if you are listening to this kind of nonsense. Because net result is, yes, these are all macroeconomic indicators. What happens on a global level, yes, it does trickle down to us as investors. That too, if you're small investors sitting in India and that too in Indian market, yes, the ripple effects are there. But most of the ripple effects have been dealt with, I feel, in the Indian market. And if the FIIs are going to be pulling out, most of the big ones have pulled out. Some have actually started coming back into the Indian market. So I would say if you're looking for a major correction coming in the Indian market, if Fed holds on to these rates, I don't see any major correction coming in the Indian market till there is some other major shift in macro tailwind. So we should be holding on to this position for some time.
We'll have a better idea once the next meeting happens.
Correct. We'll have more clarity.
Yeah.
But as of now, that's why you saw immediately the American stock market, as soon as he said it, it dipped. But then it immediately recovered, and I think it went up a little bit before it closed yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So looking at that and looking at the Indian scene, I don't see any major movement in the Indian market happening. That being said, we are value investors. These things are very nice to talk about. It's like talking about the weather. And yes, is it going to rain? Is it not going to rain? But as a farmer, you really can't do anything about the weather. That's the same way I look at all this news and what.
And the funny thing is, it's like you're owning a family-sized car and you're reading news about a Ferrari or a Lambo.
Exactly.
Because you pretty much, it's nice to know about these things, but we are not trading in options or derivatives, which are your Ferraris and your Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
You go fast enough, you'll crash and you're done.
Correct.
You have a nice Tata family car which has airbags in it. That's our investing policy.
Correct.
You
That's a
want to
nice analogy.
Yeah, you want to sit in a car which basically has tons of airbags and you have no worries. Let the Fed increase interest rates, let the interest rates dip. Whatever is the case, your portfolio will weather that storm as long as you stick to the rules which Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, and his like have proposed.
And as going further with Sashwath's analogy, you're sitting in a Tata Indian car. Remember that. Don't just because you have some petrol in your car stamp on the accelerator. You only be burning gas. You will not be doing anything else. And the gas here is your cash. So remember, you worked very hard for these cash reserves, which you wanted to deploy as an investment. You're not gambling here. You're not trying to go to the lottery and buy lottery tickets or go to the casino here. So your hard-earned money needs to work for you. So that being said, invest cautiously and wisely. Do your research, as we always say. Study each company by yourself, for yourself. Go through the reports, go through the company's earnings, and see where it is that makes sense for you and invest. Of course, we in this channel and our other multiple channels, we talk about companies, we talk about what we are buying, what we are selling, what we think we want to do. Those are personally our opinions, and it's based on our goals and where we want to go and what we believe in, which is matches for you. And if it makes sense and you're in the same position as us,
Good
sure,
enough.
yeah, good enough, go for it.
Yeah.
But if it's not, you're in a different place, you're younger, you're older, your situation is different, you have loans, please consider everything carefully before you do this. We're not SEBI registered investors, if we keep saying on this channel over and over again. Because a lot of you keep reaching out to us on our platforms, Instagram and all other platforms, saying, what stock should I buy? What company should I
And
buy?
even if we were not legally obligated, we still wouldn't give you anything because
It's wrong.
it's up to each individual to figure out what you guys need to do to fit your exact
Yeah,
situation.
it's like literally going to the pharmacist in the shop and saying, I've been having a mild headache. What medicine can you give me?
Yeah.
It's like investing like that, which is not a good way to do. That's not investment at all.
But a nice way to invest is to go to a pharmacy shop and look at the tablets and see which company is manufacturing what. That is a great way to find out. So one story which my uncle and his brother always keep saying is that he found out my grandmom's tablet company and he ended up buying Lupin that way.
Correct.
So that's one company he found that way, and Cipla as well.
True.
And yeah, my mom uses a lot of Lupin products, so that's one way in which
It's a fantastic way.
Yeah.
If you have people in your family who are diabetic, who are heart patients, you can see all their tablets, and you can be rest assured that many more Indians who are consuming those same tablets because they're being prescribed, and those companies should be doing well.
This is the Peter Lynch way of investing.
Correct. So that is what we want you to take away from this video. Yes, in the thumbnail you'll see Powell's photo like this, and him, everyone looking like that, and stock market arrows going down. But there's just dramatic thumbnails we put, and we speak about it as if like it's going to shatter the ceiling right now, but it's not going to. It's not going to change what's happening today and tomorrow for us.
Yeah.
So stay in it, and you don't have to immediately start dumping any stock or buying any stock excessively either. Continue in the same prudent way you've been investing and sipping.
Yeah, SIPing is one of the most important ways in which you can weather any storm, because you are going to be deploying the same amount of money both in lull periods where your same 100 rupees will fetch you 10 stocks instead of one stock, and when the market's overvalued you'll end up naturally buying only one stock instead of 10 stocks.
Correct.
So it acts as an automatic balancer, automatic fund manager, which ends up buying more stocks when it's undervalued and less stocks when it's overvalued. So it's a wonderful system and wonderful maths which goes into it.
Correct. So this is our main takeaway for you from this video. So keep that in mind. All this information and news is really interesting. Macroeconomics is really interesting, but it's all theoretical for us where we are sitting from. So that being said, thank you for joining us on Be Rich today. You can catch me on Instagram if you have any questions. I've been talking to a lot of you on Instagram, trying to help you guys out with any issues you've been having in your account opening and whatever issues you've been having with Anand's team. So do reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to chat with you. If you have any other questions, we can talk about. A lot of you have been suggesting videos which have been thinking about how to incorporate those ideas into our future videos so we can cover those topics. It's been fun talking to you guys on Instagram. So thank you for subscribing to the channel, turning on the bell notification, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
After the event in Bangalore, my team has decided that we should visit my ex home, Saudi Arabia. We were there recently but visited only Dammam. The idea is to cover the other two major cities, Riyadh and Jeddah. On the 22nd of September, I'll be holding an event in Riyadh, and on 29th September, we will meet in Jeddah. Those who are desirous of meeting me both in Riyadh and Jeddah should contact the email ID given below and the WhatsApp number. My team would get back to you at the earliest. Once again, thank you for supporting. Be rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.